gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood J Black, live in the building once again. Back with another Synful Blaq reacts. And I got my main mans. Big MFN, sit us in the building. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, doing good, doing good. We were supposed to do the song a few weeks ago, but busy. But Joyner Lucas got dropped this track, Devil's Work 2. The thumbnail is of Kobe and Gianna, so I'm guessing that this is going to be an emotional song.
Uh, I would assume so. You know how Jordan Lucas always gets you to think. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's a key Joyner Lucas staple that he wants you to think outside the box about a lot of his lyrics, and I can always appreciate that about him. So,
Mhm.
um, let's find out what this man is up to with this track.
And we love us some Joyner, so
Oh, always. Wow. Let's. This is wild. Okay. All right. Let's find out. Like I've heard a lot of reviews about this.
mhm.
Just to kind of figure out what we're getting into, and yeah, be ready for some fun. And that's apparently what we've been told. Be ready. If you have tissue, get it ready. Get your brain open. Get that ready. My mind and body is ready. So, are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And without further ado, this is Joyner Lucas, Devil's Work 2, right here on Synful Blaq Reacts. Let's go. I did it again. I pressed the wrong play button. There we go. Yeah, we got the whole ball of Henny.
I've been there, my man. I've been there.
Guess we gotta try this again. Dear Lord, I know that we've been here before. It's been a long time, I hope that you don't slam the door. I try to walk away, but there's some shit I can't ignore. I could be wrong, but seems like you don't even care no more. Cause since our last talk, you ain't playing fair no more. And when I pray, it kinda feel like you ain't there no more. I still don't understand why niggas who deserve it dies living, but the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. And no, I don't want no one else to die. Instead of trading souls, I got something else in mind. There's a lot of moments that I wish that I could change. I could fix a lot of pain if you help me out this time. Maybe we can undo all the damage, press rewind. Reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die. Or maybe fix all the mistakes of those that's still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn them back around. Or wait till they get backstage so they can have it out. Or maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke, a different topic, something Jada won't be mad about. Matter of fact, let's talk about this shit I'm sad about. When Pop Smoke accidentally leaked that address out. Lord, you know the streets crazy, how you drive the ball? When you know niggas keep a target on these rappers now. And give us Kobe Bryant back, we a mess without him. Take back the day he ever stepped inside the helicopter. Make him take the car instead and forget the chopper. Maybe take a different route or get a different driver. Can't believe you took his daughter and she left behind him. It's kinda hard to see the positive and that's the problem. I know you don't make mistakes, but I was hoping you'll erase that bullshit so his family won't be left without him. And I wish I could fly to Russia on a different mission and make him pay for putting Brittany Griner in the prison. Or maybe you could bring her back to February 17th and you could take the CBD so she ain't flying with it. Or maybe change that 9 years and give her 9 minutes. Or better yet, change the laws so they can stop tripping. I know that's a lot to wish and it ain't my business, but until you grant my wish, I ain't gonna stop wishing. But Lord, listen, this shit irking me. How you take PMB, that shit absurd to me. So many questions about that shit and it's disturbing me. That niggas can't eat waffles without security. And niggas can't work hard and go buy some jewelry. That one hurt to see. And by the end of the song, they gon' try to murder me. And if they do, I hope my fans take it personally. I know you hear me talking, Lord, don't be curving me. Won't you take us back to Kylie Jenner's party before them shots?
All right, hold on. Wait, before we get to that shit, we're gonna get to that shit. We'll ride it back. Oh, already. Well, I can tell you the people weren't wrong. I will
No.
state that for a fact. They were not wrong at all. This was. Oh man, damn. So, Joyner Lucas has a way of when he talks and when he spits. Well, just his talking voice, the way that he presents himself, is already like, that he's speaking from the heart.
Yep.
When he raps, it's like 10 times deeper. You know what I'm saying? And so, there's a lot of things, especially that he said, that I've been asking those questions ever since. Like, why did we even get to this place where, we don't have Kobe, we don't have Gigi, we lost Pop Smoke. Basically, Will Smith's career is essentially almost gone because of the slap over the shit that he had to go through over with his wife. We had this countless bullshit just happened over this last year and a half, couple years. And I even throw Nipsey there too, because that shit didn't even happen either, bro.
Yeah. And it's just the history, man. Because you got to think way back with Proof, you got fucking the young lady who got shot in the bed when the cops got into her house. You got George Floyd. You got everything, man.
Yeah. And I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for saying this, especially what happened with the whole Breonna Taylor situation. I've already been pissed off about that shit. Like that, that upsets me. What really trips me out, though, right, is that it's not necessarily a racial thing. I honestly feel like, so how we have not just African Americans, but even our allies have been clamoring for not only police reform, but police accountability, because that's kind of where it starts, right? Where even the good officers need to make the bad officers accountable for the shit that they do, and denouncing the shit and calling the shit what it is. It's bad cops doing fucked up shit, and calling them out when they do the shit instead of being scared and being pussyfied about the shit. I feel like there's certain phases we shouldn't give. I feel like my culture gives a pass to the gang culture. Like Nipsey Hussle got out of the gang shit and turned to making something outside of the gang shit. He opened his clothing line. He opened stores in Crenshaw. He tried to very much get out of that gang mentality situation, only to end up being killed by a member of the same gang that he used to be a part of.
Yep.
The people that killed Pop Smoke, it took him a while to find the person that did that. It took him a while to find the people. It didn't take too long. But at some point, we're gonna have to denounce the gang culture as a way of life. And until we do that, we cannot ask for the same. It's not fair to ask for the same accountability from others if we can't be accountable ourselves.
I mean, it's 1996. Tupac got killed, and there is still no resolution to that.
No. I mean, and if you believe the stories, that the person that killed him was a gang member that got killed because he was doing some gang shit, but we'll never know the exact truth because that person is dead. We don't know if that was true or not. Maybe it's a cop-out. Who knows if the feds killed him and then blame it on the nigga that was already dying?
Who knows if it was Silk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen Training Day. You know what I'm saying? Remember the scene when they went in and go, we need a fall guy. You got to die. Oh, okay. I've been a long night. Fuck it, I'll kill myself. All right, whatever. Like I've seen shit like that. So I can't even trust the unofficial account of what happened with Tupac. But that's what I'm saying. Like
and Biggie.
And Biggie. But Biggie, we know it was retaliation, and we just can't prove it. That's the one thing. Like it was retaliation, but you just can't prove it. You can't connect the dot that says we know that Suge Knight called the hit out that killed Biggie Smalls. We can't say that.
So we talked about it when we did Mosh by Eminem. When he was talking about George Bush. And everything Eminem said in that song is still relevant today, and that's just everything. It's just a recurring cycle of bullshit.
Yep. We need to find a way. To denounce everything that is just evil. These fucked up cops, fucked up gang culture, anything that wishes to cause us harm. As human beings, we need to denounce as a unit instead of being like, oh, it's just a way of life. No, fuck you. It's not. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't say it's a way of life where it's okay to kill somebody and then okay to put them in jail and have them for the rest of their life. What brought them to the circumstances where they would have to do that? Where they would have to feel like it was okay to kill somebody in broad daylight, I might add.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They killed P&B Rock in broad day. Mm-hmm. What circumstances were you going through where you felt it was okay to rob a nigga and shoot a nigga in broad day in a restaurant full of people? What made you think that it was okay to, like, you're watching Pop Smoke and shit, and then all of a sudden, you literally went to go look at his live and pause it and replay it back to see the address on the box that the fucking shit was at so you can go over there and rob him. What kind of lifestyle, what kind of circumstances brought you to that where you thought that was okay? What brought you to the circumstances of life that thought it was okay to go kill Tupac? Like, if it was a nigga that you was fighting with in the thing, you was that mad because you got your ass beat? Well, you shouldn't have been fucking with the nigga to begin with? Like, you don't know Tupac Shakur to be running up on a nigga and you got your ass before it. If that's the nigga that killed him. If that's what they say.
And let's go to the least egregious thing on this, in my opinion, is the Will Smith slap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on Chris Rock's side of things because everybody been talking that shit.
Oh yeah.
Since the Oprah shit. And Chris Rock has every fucking right to say what he said during that Netflix special because it was true.
Oh yeah.
The only person that Will Smith went at is because he knew he could beat the shit out of Chris Rock.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because Chris Rock is a non-violent person.
But and it's something that I said that though when I made a comment and I said that when the shit happened, you could see where Will Smith went from being thinking it was a joke to feeling defeated, right? Because at that moment,
as soon as Jada looked mad and told him to go handle it.
And you just see that with everything that happened, with that whole situation, and did you see Did you see Marlon Wayne's comment on it? Did you see the Marlon Wayne special? The little bit that he had on it.
Nah.
So I'm gonna tell you something. So take what Will Smith had made, comment on the situation, and take what we heard from Chris Rock, right? Yeah. Marlon Wayne said that when he saw Will Smith walk up there, slap him and walk back, and then yell at him, did that sound like Will Smith? No. Do you know who it sounded like? Tupac Shakur. And we all know who Jada's love of his life was.
Yeah.
He had to channel basically the soul of Tupac Shakur to go handle it. Now, Tupac would have slugged the nigga, but I know Will Smith would have done that shit because if you would slug a nigga on national television, you really ain't getting shit back. Like, you ain't getting nothing.
Also, Pac wouldn't have done it on a public stage.
Oh, no,
Pac would have done it. Pac would have took care of that shit in private.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Easily, fucking easily. And the crazy part about it is that he said the walk was like Tupac. The walk back was like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole shit was like a full, like, Tupac scenario. And he had to channel that anger and that frustration and basically show that he wasn't to be played with, or at least show his wife. Which it sucks because you shouldn't have to do that after everything that your wife did to you to lead up to that moment. Just saying. That's
big fact. No, that's big facts. It's just one of those things. And it ruined Will Smith's career.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got kicked out the academy. He's
Martin is questioning doing another Bad Boys movie with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, initially,
when Martin Lawrence is questioning you, that's a bad spot because Martin Lawrence ain't the most innocent person in the world.
Oh no! Remember before he did Run Tell That. Remember he was caught out in the middle of fucking of the streets, You know what I'm saying? With a gun and shit, going crazy and shit. Yeah, you know, like he's like,
What the dope man done sold me? Yeah. All right, we're on back just a second. Let's get back into this.
All right, let's go ahead. I had to drop a message for that one. That's all.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Lord, don't be curving me. Won't you take us back to Kylie Jenner's party? Before them shots hit the floor, before the bullets ricochet and leave a dripping more. We don't know the truth or if we misinformed, but either way, take it back and make Tory hop inside a different car. Broke my heart when DMX died, I hit the call. Feel like that nigga was an angel in a different form. Might have had a drug problem like he did before, but he was fighting demons and I know that that's a different war. You must got a major ego. I ain't tryna disrespect or tryna play the hero. But when you took Takeoff, you took my favorite Migos. Look, I don't know how that makes sense, cause it makes zero. The fucking wrong place, wrong time, that ain't Gito. Took that man right in his prime, that's playing Evo. When Tiny Luster died, I cried and played CeeLo. Cause I can't even watch Friday without saying Devo. You know this shit got me stressed, right? Staring at the Bible, trying to figure out who's next, like. Why you take the ones who ain't deserve to see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stand and confessed, right? Tape his mouth shut so he never talked to the feds, like. Make him do his time so his niggas gotta do less, right? Make him learn from Bobby so he can know what respect like. Lord, forgive me for my language and these bad words. But that Candace Owens bitch get on my last nerve. How you gonna tell me that what we witnessed on TV was a murder when we watch niggas turn his ass into Casper? George died from asphyxiation and that's a factor. Fentanyl or not, he'd have never died in his last words. While I cannot breathe, so really she gotta chill. Or maybe they should trade places so she can see how I feel. Little bitch got me stressed, God. Probably not prepared for what I'm asking next, God. Bring Ye mama back, cause he a mess, God. And he ain't been the same ever since Donda West died. Yeah, that's the day Kanye West died. First his heart, then his mind, then the rest died. And if your bank account is overkill, your soul could be broken still. Even the rich spirit money can't buy. I pray the heavens watch me. Rest in peace, Biz Marquis, you got peace. Young Dolph, King Von, Drake in your top 3. Black Rob, Troubles, Virgil and Shock G. Pat Stay, K Slay, and Fred the God G. She almost took Lil TJ, but I'm happy he got Lee. Lord, you even took Black Panther, that's not G. And when Sidney Musabala got shot, that shot me. Begging for your guidance on this ghetto earth. Frustrated, trying to understand how heaven works. I'm just hoping you can pull a couple strings and redo a couple things so maybe we can get a second turn. You took juice from us that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work.
Damn. Oh, man, I told you. Right there. I tell you, man, he ain't said there one lie in this whole entire song. Now, the only thing I will say before I get to the rest of it is the 6ix9ine shit. It was, I always feel like we always talk about the code of the street and shit like that. But I think people forget about the original code amongst criminals, which is there's no honor amongst thieves. Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
So, there has never been a situation in a criminal enterprise where somebody has not snitched. I mean, we saw Gunna snitch on what's his name? What's that nigga dude? Young Thug. We've seen that. Mm-hmm. Well, there's another nigga that's in YSL snitched on Young Thug. There's no honor amongst thieves. There absolutely is zero honor amongst thieves.
And as we've seen recently, some shit has caught up to 6ix9ine. We
Yes.
got his ass beat in the fucking gym.
Yes. Which I said that I think to myself when this happened, right? So y'all niggas found Tekashi 6ix9ine in a gym and beat that nigga ass. But we still ain't fuck with George Zimmerman. Where the fuck that nigga at? You know what I'm saying?
That dude's a wit tech.
It would have to be. But I'm like, listen, they got hands on the nigga. They didn't find that. They didn't figure the shit out. Because while we can say that 6ix9ine deserves his ass whooping, there's George Zimmerman deserves a lot worse. I will say that, and I don't care how people feel about that. But regarding everything else, We talked about Pat Stay. We talked about Biz Markie.
Yeah, everything we talked about in the break, he brought up in the second part of the video.
Yeah. Meg Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot, and niggas not knowing what the fuck's going on. And, you know, because everybody had an opinion about that shit. And I was like, well, if somebody got shot in the foot, obviously there's a bullet in the motherfucker's foot. We didn't know that. And who pulled the trigger? If much call niggas on the prisons on the shit, you can figure it out from there. This shit's not, rocket science. Everything else, man, it's a fucked up world we live in, and there's a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit I keep saying that why the good gotta die young, and the people that should be here ain't here, and the people that don't deserve to be here are still here. I've had that question ever since I understood what religion was. Because I'm like, if that's the case, I need the answer to that. Because there's no karmic balance. There's no karmic balance that could tell me that should be okay.
Yeah.
Because nobody's ever gotten their just due. You can't say, oh, this person died so we can get justice for this person. That hasn't happened. It hasn't. There's still motherfuckers they're walking free. Some of the worst people on this earth are walking free. Why is that? I don't have any idea.
So I'm usually not this quiet when it comes to this shit, but this one hit me. I'm just doing some soul searching right now. It's just one of those things that I understand everything you fucking said. Shit, we said half of it during the little pause that we took during the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
This Joyner, thank you for being one to step up and say shit like this.
Yes.
Because not all artists can do that shit.
No, not and that's the great part about Joyner is that he's not afraid. Not afraid to speak his mind.
He brought the light that Kanye started going a different path when his mom died.
Remember, I've been saying that shit?
Yep.
I've been saying that. I said Kanye died when his mom died.
It was basically also like when, back in the 90s, when Tyson's trainer died, the guy who looked like a father.
Yeah.
That's when Tyson went fucking crazy.
Yeah. I said, I don't really think that, I honestly, if you ask me, I don't think that Kanye has ever been able to grieve ever since that happened. Because let's really look at it. So Donda West passed away in 2007, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a. Remember, Kanye West only had finally got put on 2004 finally when he dropped
College Dropout.
College Dropout, right? So then understood that after that, he came through. So he had College Dropout, Late Registration in 03 to 06. Okay.
And that was best Kanye right there.
Yep. 07 was Graduation,
which was a good album.
Yeah. It was a culmination of the three of the trilogy. With College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation. And then 07 is when his mom died.
Yeah.
And then remember, 808s and Heartbreaks, which was had that one song. I forgot the one song. And then remember he ended his engagement to that chick Alexis Pfeiffer.
Yep.
And it happened back to back. And then he went off on tour after that, right? Mm-hmm. And then he came out with 808s and Heartbreak over the course of 3 weeks, right after that. And then that's when he did the thing with Beyonce, the Taylor Swift Beyonce thing. Remember that? At the 2009? Yep. So back to back. Where he apologized and then recanted his apology. And then he ran and started running the record label. That's when he signed Big Sean. and all them other cats to good music. And then you running that. And then 2010 came out with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Then 11 or 12 came out with Watch the Throne. And then Cruel Summer. And then you see that things had no break at all ever since he did this.
It was like he was doing all this work so he doesn't grieve.
Yeah.
I've been there. I have been there. When my pops died.
Uh-huh.
I did not take a day off work.
No. And, I hate to say this, this playing a little bit more inside ball here. That, there's somebody close to me that I feel like they haven't went through that grieving process when their dad passed away. Mm-hmm. And, with what their mother's going through, I worry about if they're going to be able to do the same thing. Like, if they're going to be able to, I think you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say much, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
Like, you got to grieve, bro. Like, it took me, I think I told you, like, I cried a lot when my dad passed away, but I didn't grieve, like, really gotta just, like, grieve over it up until recently. Over the pandemic, actually. When I finally got a chance to just be like, I miss my dad, The first time I said that in like, ever. And I had to grieve. I had my grieving moment, And you need it. You need to be able to give closure to those things. And it doesn't involve going to see a gravesite. It doesn't involve going to therapy, although it can help. It doesn't necessarily need therapy. It's being able to sit there with yourself and allow yourself to become weak so you can then become strong. And I know it's a hard ask, okay? But that's what it's going to take. A lot of people avoid that part because the last thing you want to be in front of the people that you love is weak. And it's a hard ask. But for those out there that are going through something, if you haven't found a way to grieve, I assure you, become weak so you can become strong, and it's going to be okay. With that being said, sir, Joyner Lucas with another absolute fucking banger. Just a way to pull at your heartstrings. He did it with the song Will, where he took us down a memory lane of Will Smith's greatest hits. He even did it with Snitch. And you know what I'm saying? Which was a crazy ass song, especially at the time that it came out with the whole Tekashi shit.
Don't forget, I'm not racist.
I'm not racist. Oh, yeah. That's what put us on to Joyner Lucas.
Yep.
That was the song. And he knows how to he just knows.
We got put on to Joyner Lucas with the track with Eminem. And then we found I'm not racist.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude. So
you guys, all right. So anybody watching this, thank you for joining us here. This is one of those touchy ones. We're both all up in our heads right now.
Yeah. Sorry for the long rants. Sorry, not sorry.
I had to swallow a big gulp. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I can get through this shit. But yes, the world's a fucked up place, and it's not going to look out for you. You have to look out for yourself. You have to look out for your own loved ones. You have to do what you got to do. But also respect people. Respect each other. Yes, we talk a lot of shit here on the channel, but 98% of it is all in the form of entertainment and comedy. Like when we talk about Machine Gun Kelly and Tekashi, yes, we are not fans of these artists, but we also do not want harm to come to these artists. We may say shit like we do, but we don't. It's just one of those balances we got to find with comedic and what we do here. But yeah, this was amazing. I'm not going to give you the rant on what you need to do when at the video and what we need you to do. I'm going to leave you with what Joyner said. We all wish there was a rewind, but there's not. We have to live with the choices that are made. We have to live with the choices that others make, and that's just how life is, man. That's just it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and which is why I said that you have to become weak in order to become strong. And because you can't move forward with all this grief, untreated grief weighs heavier than any weight that you can pick up. It's grief sucks. Because with grief, it comes regret. And you start thinking about the things that you wish you would have done, could have done, should have done. And you can't do that. You got to become weak so you can become strong again. And on that note, until next time, that is my man Big Sin. I'm your boy Hollywood J. Blaq. This is Synful Blaq Reacts, and we are out this thing. Deuces.